Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Let's try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
shot! Off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
As we welcome you inside legendary Adelaide Arena here in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, game number 3 of the 2022 Mount St. Charles Holiday Face-Off as LaSalle College High School taking on Fairfield Prep. Julius in the broadcast booth with you here on Fans Only Sports Network. Thank you so much for tuning in wherever you might be around the U.S., around the world, wherever it might be. We know we get so many fans from all over the place. Fans Only Sports Network in 2022 reached 14 different countries around the world and almost over 2 million viewers. We thank every one of you who have been a part of the journey. For Fairfield Prep Jesuit fans, welcome back to Fans Only Sports Network. We saw many of you last year in your games against Mount St. Charles and LaSalle Academy Rams. And now here in 2022 in the Mount Face-Off against LaSalle College High School. Face-off down, and we're underway in the first period of play. Today's first period on Fans Only Sports Network brought to you by Joseph Lamy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlamy.com for more information. And by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools, 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of the nation's #1 recruiting service. Join rreliterecruits.com for more information. Ryan Desmond on the doorstep, and that one is saved. And in net for the Fairfield Prep Jesuits, the number 30, Justin Lewis, the senior keeper. On the opposite side, it's Jacob Rossi, the sophomore keeper. In net for LaSalle, shot immediately on a draw play as Lewis is called into action right away. McCarthy. As Zach McCarthy cycles around with that one. Goes up for the 24, Will Huntington. Huntington will carry that one across the blue line, looking for a pass for Brooks Reynolds. Could not get to him, and it's kicked back into the zone by LaSalle. Sent the other way again, Huntington. As that one will loop around the backside boards. High up, and that one will hit the roof. As the attempt from Matthew Giordano to clear the zone did not work in the favor. So this one will be brought back in the face-off circle to the right side. Tapped back in by Sola. Chris Sola into the corner. As he pushed that one, gets wrapped around the backside for Max McKenna. McKenna trying to continue to push it along. McKenna works there with the 4, Will Donnelly. Peeled out, and LaSalle moves it along with the 11 of Carpenter. James Carpenter sends that one all the way down, looking for Matthew Conforti. Conforti right in front as that one popped back out. And a hard shot from Zarzicki, but snared by Lewis. And LaSalle off to a quick start. 3 very quick shots on net here in the first minute plus of this one. 13:26 left to go here in the first. Cross-ice pass for Ryan Warner. Warner sends that one all the way down off of the backboards, and just holding on to it is Lewis, perhaps playing a little bit. He went too far. He went too far. Blue line for Cameron Ross. As he fired that one through traffic, continued to be worked along. Peeled off on the backboards. Hudson Wingate, as it's pushed all the way down, that's going to roll. Icing is going to be called a stoppage of play. We'll go back from whence we came and do that one again, as we have fought through 2 minutes of play. Showing 12:59 officially on the scoreboard. Draw play is a good shot, came from Max Monzo. That one's kicked aside. Streaking through the other direction and finally firing one on net. Came off with a 21 of Blake Baxay, as Fairfield Prep finally gets on the shot board. Hard shot again that came right from the point from the 17 of Walensky. Down into the corner, peeling it aside, trying to work through his Baxay. Baxay has that one bounced all the way back in the neutral zone. Will be collected by Walensky, sought over for Woodward. Woodward from distance, and that one is kicked aside by Rossi. Into the corner for Baxay. Baxay continues to work with it, slotted right out in front, getting his stick pulled up was Murphy as he was looking to try to take a shot, and then Rossi comes out to stop that one as it slides through traffic. Owen McNicholas was the last one to get a piece on that one before it got swallowed up by Rossi. We're going to face off to Rossi's left. Horseshoe around for Viggles. Dancing in the center, looking for Reynolds. Instead gets kicked out and sent all the way the other way, and we're going to get an icing and a stoppage of play again. Fairfield Co-op 3-2, 2-1 in shootout over Austin Prep. Bishop Garton 4-1 over DeMatha Catholic. This is game number 3 on the day. Game 4 will be Mount St. Charles Mounties, the host school, as they take on St. Joe's from New York. That one will come around about 8 p.m. face-off time, as we will wrap day 1, and then that will set the board for tomorrow. For the 25 of Carfee, as Carfee carries that one through. As he tried to get that one across to Huntington, dispossessed from him. Hannon for LaSalle, left that one lying up on the stick of Carvalho. Comes right back down for Whittock. Whittock sends this one around. Came back to him as it was horseshoed around by the 24 of Julian Tarsi. Tarsi will dive for this one in the corner as it's peeled off instead and moved forward carefully by Mishner. Leading pass and getting bumped out of the play was McNicholas on the doorstep. And Rossi is going to take a little bit of a skate to shake things off as McNicholas barreled into him. And they're going to bring the face-off outside of the blue line, and the net's off of its moorings, so it'll be repaired by the referee. .10:42 left to go here in the first. Spike pegs on the goals here at Mount St. Charles. Unlike what we see in the NHL, where you see the hole pegs, where they actually put a pipe into a cement hole inside of the ice, and it sometimes holds the pucks, holds the nets a little bit better than the spike pegs do. You don't get as much dispossession. Conforti the other way for LaSalle as he works with that one along the backside. Boards was looking for some help, couldn't get it. They tried to slot back for Warner. Warner is going to pick this one up in his defensive zone. Ryan Warner working through the neutral zone. Pushes it along the boards as he's dispossessed for a moment by Matt DeLuca. Goes into the backside corner. Fairfield Prep tries to push this one out. Sent back in by Warner. Warner collides with McKenna. And the puck can be dumped into the zone by Carpenter. LaSalle goes for a line change. Fresh 5 on the ice for them. Picked up here by the 34 of Kennedy. Kennedy with an opportunity as that goes in the backside around for LaGreca. Up towards the Fairfield bench. It dumped down for Cameron Ross to be able to pick it up. Ross tried to slot that one across. We're going to get a whistle and a stoppage of play. Little stretched past Max Monzo. 9:20 remaining here in the first. No score. As the way the bracket breaks, winner of this game plays the winner of the Mount St. Charles St. Joe's game. We have half of tomorrow's schedule set. The other half will be set after the conclusion of the Mount St. Joe's game. As Rossi will hold on to that one, we'll get another stoppage of play. Face-off to come down to the right-hand side of Rossi's net as skating to the circle goes the 10 of Zach McCarthy for Fairfield as he battled against the 13 of Ryan Desmond. Back out in the neutral zone as it's moved around for LaSalle. Giordano sends this one all the way down, and then whistle and icing will be called. And these two teams are shadow boxing each other as we've played not even half of this period yet and had as many face-offs as we've probably had passes. McCarthy to the circle again against Desmond. Pinned in the backside corner, LaSalle using the glass. Tried to send that one through the neutral zone. Chase Hannon had it into his body. Blocks that one down. Peeled back out by Giordano. Giordano as he carries it across. Hannon again from the opposite side. Hannon once fires, looking for one from Desmond as he was streaking across. Comes back for Fairfield Prep. Huntington wraps around the backside, dropped it for Woodward. Woodward fired it up the side, and it gets kicked out of play. And we'll get a stoppage of play as Rossi sent that one up into the net. It is caught in the net directly behind Rossi, and he finally got it out from said net. Draw play, and Rossi on his toes had that one roll right to him. So we'll go back to the spot and do it again. The popping sounds, which you might happen to be able to hear on the broadcast, are the Mount players taking advantage of their synthetic ice shooting gallery opposite left of us. As this one slots back across. And an attempt that came craftfully from the 20 of Hudson Wingate hit traffic. Through the middle, dancing across the mouth of the goal was Blake Baxey, and that one's kicked aside by Rossi. Still for Fairfield Prep to work this one in the offensive zone, getting pinned into the board. Big hit there from Ryan Warner. And the puck came free for LaSalle. Wittick, as he moves that one forward, it comes all the way through in the neutral zone. Grant LaGreca had it. LaSalle dumps as they go for a line change. Bennett Walker for Fairfield Prep. As Walker takes that one back to his own net area. Wingate tried to go toe-to-toe there against Karen Cross, and shot score! It pops free for James Carpenter, and he gets it to squeeze past for the first goal of the evening. All right, 1-0 for LaSalle over Fairfield Prep. Here in the first period of this game, and we can say no lead is safe the way that we've seen the first two games today go so far. Through traffic as that one's snared by Rossi and a stoppage of play. Rouse Vigels. Strong shot from the blue line point. Face-off won by LaSalle. Ross around the backside, drops that one for Doucette. Thomas Doucette will horseshoe it around and then get some work from Grant LaGreca to push it all the way down. Off the backside boards on the draw play from Fairfield, and Rossi holds on to that one. Face-off won by LaSalle. 6 versus 6 as Doucette goes against Ashragi. Comes back around for LaGreca. LaGreca tried to poke that one forward, kept by Ashragi into the zone. Ross tried to work the boards, did not get it to his favor. Comes all the way around in the blue line and a hard shot from Carfey. As that one got through and kicked aside by Rossi. This one's going to skitter all the way down the ice. They're going to call a deflection on the play. Vigels will pick this one up for Mishner. Mishner holds that one as it's pushed up by Carfey. Carfey will dump that one down. Fairfield's going to use it to make a line change with 5.5 left to go here in the first. Along the backside boards, Chase Hannon forward for the 13 of Ryan Desmond. Desmond takes this one down, whistle, and an arm up from the referee, and we're going to get an offside call. We're going to get icing. That was a very quick icing call. Plenty of players down in the zone. Could have negated that one out. But he goes ahead and calls it anyway. So faceoff comes back in front of Rossi and the LaSalle net. To be taken out by Galato. Galato down into the corner, pushed around by Declan Cali. Back through center. Mishandled at the blue line, and Giordano tries to work it back into the zone for LaSalle. Off the backside of the stick of Brooks Reynolds. Fairfield had an opportunity there. Huntington had that one deflect off of his stick, got a little too far away from him. Firing from distance was Hannon. Popped up as Wittick had his stick collide with a couple of different Fairfield players. Along the sideboards, worked in front of the Fairfield bench. Comes back for Giordano to control that one across ice. Looking for Kelly. Kelly will dump it down as LaSalle's going to go for a line change here. 4:20 left to go here in the first. Standing on a 1-goal lead right now is LaSalle. As that one will be swallowed up by Justin Lewis. Face-off won by Baxey. And it comes all the way down for Rossi off of McNicholas. Right in front on the draw play and try to send one with Baxey. And Rossi saves that one. LaSalle dumps the other way. Off the stick of Julian Tarsi. Tarsi into the corner. Tarsi tried to spin that one back, was looking for Zarzicki. And a little bit of miscommunication between those two gentlemen. Taken at the blue line by Warner. Deflects off the sideboards, looking to move forward as he got that one for Carvalho. Carvalho carries that into the zone. Comes right back out. And an opportunity that got sent through off of the stick of the 28 of Zarzicki and may have hit the knee of the 17 in red of Gregory Olensky. As it's blocked, headed the other way, and a defensive stop as Cameron Ross just chased down Blake Baxey. Three and change left to go here in the first. We'll get the quicker intermission, about a 2-minute break in between the first and second periods. And then what they'll do is do the longer intermission to resurface the ice in between the second and third. Before we play the third period, though, this ice, as we are into period 1 of game 3, definitely getting chewed up today. Arm up from the referee. We will get the offside call that time, and we'll get a face-off outside the blue line. Bennett Walker, as it deflected off of the 24 of Huntington, looking for anybody in a slot, trying to come through all of the traffic the opposite direction. It was the 27 of Max Monzo. Off the sideboards through the neutral zone, picked up by Doucette. Doucette worked that one across, dump and line change for LaSalle is going to get negated by the icing. They were trying to go fast break. Didn't work in their favor. So line changes ensue for both sides, but a face-off to come up to the left side of Rossi. Pinned along the boards. Baxey trying to work it for the Jesuits. Giordano for LaSalle. Hannon. Pushed back in by Desmond. Back once again for Giordano. And dumped in for Chase Hannon. Hannon sends that one forward further for Galato. Galato trying to wrap around. Nowhere to go there. Puck hit the backside of someone in red. Probably the 12 of James Murphy, and it stayed in the zone. Murphy was standing right there in the center. But now Murphy and the Jesuits are going to come away with this one. Murphy working with McNicholas. Shot. Save Rossi. Second attempt. Rossi pinned that one on the side of the post. Two hard shots from Fairfield. Right back in the center again as they try to slot one. Murphy looking for McNicholas. Couldn't get it to go. Approaching on the last minute to play. We're going to get a whistle and a stoppage to play here on icing with 1:03. They call 1 minute left to go here in the period. As this one cycles all the way down around the backside boards, picked up and carried along by McCarthy for Fairfield. McCarthy dropped that one, carried back through the zone by Huntington. Huntington sent one that gets popped up into the netting, and we get a stoppage of play with 40 seconds remaining. And you feel a sense like Fairfield Prep is on the doorstep as there is the draw play again as a shot goes just wide of Rossi. Came back, kept in the zone by Woodward. Woodward will try to keep this one again. He cannot. Picked up and sent the other way. Carvalho carries this one for LaSalle. Drop back pass and a shot across the bow from Warner. Along the backside boards, they horseshoe that one around for Huntington. 15 seconds left to go here in the period. Looking for Woodward. Woodward tries to clear this one out. They're going to get pinned in the neutral zone as it's sticked away by Owen Quinn. Down, and Quinn in the corner will tap it. The horn's going to sound, and we're through one period of play. LaSalle puts one on the board. They lead 1-0 after one. Quick break as they'll talk things over, and we'll play the second period. You're watching the Mount St. Charles Holiday Face-Off on Fans Only Sports Network.
And the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try to kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try to kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
And
As we welcome you back here to Adelard Arena and Fans Only Sports Network coverage of the Mount St. Charles Holiday Face-Off. When we get ready for second period action, LaSalle and Fairfield prep. As the puck is dropped and we're underway, today's second period brought to you by Joseph Lamy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlamy.com for more information. And by RR Elite Recruits, with access to 3,000 schools, 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com. 15 of Matthew Conforti. As he tried to work that one down, chased the other way instead by Cameron Ross. Defensively, Ross run into the boards there by Murphy. Clicked up off of the glass. Comes back for Conforti. Conforti carried that one through and tried to work it with Carpenter, and a save made by Lewis. (14-11) in the shots on goal department. Though LaSalle had one get through. And so they have the 1-0 score line as we work here in the second period of play. Giordano is going to chase this one for LaSalle around the back side as he looks for Declan Kelly. Desmond fighting for it in the corner, comes back instead for Giordano. Held behind his own net for a second before he went to the opposite side. Slotted through in the center for Galato. Galato takes a shot attempt. That one hit some traffic in red. Came right back through the center, and an opportunity there. Skittered wide of everyone as Desmond flicked one off of the backside boards. Fairfield goes for a line change. Desmond's going to dump that one all the way down as LaSalle will go for a line change. 13.5 left to go here in the second period. 1-0 LaSalle. Game 3 of 4 in day 1 here from the Mount St. Charles Holiday Face-Off. Trying to wrap one around was Carvalho. pinned along the backside board, 17 on 17, as Gregory Alinsky battles with Carvalho. Kept at the blue line by Wittick. This one will scoot all the way across into the neutral zone. Delayed offsides as it was dumped in by Warner. And Fairfield will send this one all the way down instead. That'll negate anything that could have been called as we continue on. DeLuca in the corner looking for Donnelly. Looped back around, and Monzo works that one forward to the far side as he was trying to go for LaGreca. Wraparound attempt came from the 34 of Kennedy, and the pad on the post stuffed it away. Popping puck. Kennedy had a whack at it. So too does Quinn. Quinn fired one. That one went through traffic. Came into the back corner. Moved along by LaGreca. LaSalle still has it as a hard shot attempt comes from Warner. Big hit along the boards right in front of the LaSalle bench area. Is down to the ice hard. Went Matt DeLuca. And now DeLuca having a few words of wisdom, or maybe not so much, with Ryan Warner. Crissola for Fairfield as he sends that one forward for Michener. Delayed call negated as the puck got touched there by Lewis. Estregi. Through him goes Michener, and it gets pushed into the back boards. Picked up and carried forward by Conforti for LaSalle for a moment, and then dumped back the opposite way as Owen McNicholas chases this one for Fairfield Prep. Wrapped around the back boards, Cameron Ross. Ross brings that one forward, winding and firing one was Conforti, and it goes wide of everything. 11 left to go here in the second period. This one's going to go down, and icing will get called. We'll get a stoppage of play. Today's second period on Fans Only Sports Network brought to you by Joseph Lammy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com. And by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools, 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. Where high school athletes are going to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of rreliterecruits.com. Matt Jones alongside a crew helping bring you the sights and sounds from here at Adelard Arena in Woonsocket. As we spread across the Ocean State, a broadcast crew at Schneider Arena of about 20 minutes south of us in Providence, Rhode Island, as they are bringing you the Prout Christmas Classic games, and then about 15 minutes to the east, to the west of us, actually, from where we are. And Burrillville, is we have a crew over there bringing all the sights and sounds from the Burrillville Holiday Classic. 10 hockey games throughout the Ocean State today, as the 3 holiday tournaments in action being broadcast by Fans Only Sports Network take place. We'll do the same thing tomorrow, and then just 7 on Thursday, as the Burrillville tournament started on Monday, so they come to a conclusion. As that one goes wide, and that one will be off of the backside boards and held by Rossi for the save. As always, all high school hockey games, including the holiday tournaments, available live and on demand right here on Fans Only Sports Network. Just go to Fans Only Sports. It's fansonlysprtz.com/HS hockey. Rossi snares that one out of the air on the shot from Carfy. Follow us online, Fans Only Sports. It's fansonlysprtz.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever social media you might have, at FOSPORTZ. And for all things hockey behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram at ri.hockey. Is that one again snared by Rossi on a cycling play from Zach McCarthy. Brings us another stoppage of play with 9:22. So McCarthy will go to the circle against Charlie Kennedy. Face-off won by LaSalle. Cameron Ross cycles that one around. Offside as LaGreca a step ahead of the puck. Warnings given to the players from behind the face-off circle area as Baxay got there first for Fairfield Prep. I'm thinking forward for a second there. St. Joe's and Mount coming up following this game about 8 p.m. Eastern time. As this one gets picked up by McNicholas. McNicholas trying to look for a slot pass for Murphy, couldn't get there, and then wipes out into the backside boards. Comes back up instead on the stick of Baxay. Baxay looking for the slot pass, doesn't go. Back again, and a shot from Walensky, and a save made by Rossi. Off the sideboards, this one will trickle all the way down. Arm will go up, icing will get called. Oh, the fun of holiday tournaments with out-of-state teams and the mishmash of rule books that occurs. As coaches chirp at referees for things that may be allowed, not allowed, whatever, in the respective states and leagues in which they play in versus what gets played here in Rhode Island. For the 5 of Giordano, sent through into the neutral zone. Conforti offside, wanted to be called by the Fairfield Prep coaching staff, did not get there. Kelly fired and up off of the body of Lewis and into the netting. And the puck ended up going into the net area over top of the Zamboni doors, which gets a little twisted up. And working with the ice staff to be able to get a couple of pucks back to them. Up along that backside boards as it's moved around for Carfey. Carfey gets pinned to the boards, taken off of the puck there by Galato. Carfey instead comes back with it and continues to work on the side boards. Got through the neutral zone. Chase Hannon rubbed him out of the play. Picked up by Owen Quinn. Quinn cycled that one around for Hannon. Hannon slots one into the center of the ice area. Galato carries it forward into the offensive zone for LaSalle as they work with 7 left to go here in this period. Hannon offside. As we've passed halfway in this second period, halfway gone by here in the game, and still standing the 1-0 scoreline, LaSalle a goal back in the first period of play. All things being so far our lowest scoring game of the tournament. We mentioned Fairfield Co-op beat Austin Prep in the opener 3-2 in overtime, a 2-1 shootout to win that one. Bishop Garrett, no problem with DeMatha Catholic. They won 4-1 in game 2, and we sit here with 6:35 left to play in the second period of Game 3 and a 1-0 scoreline. Cycled around, trying to get one through the center. Was Carvalho. Carvalho run out of the play. Headed the other way is Baxay. Baxay handed that one off, but a great attempt from Murphy, and it skittered just wide. Huntington. My apologies, I switched my lineup. Tarsi is the 24 as that one comes across. Baxay, as he's chased there by Kelly. Baxay somehow picked that one up. Great defensive play by Matt Giordano as Rossi was pulled out of the net for a moment. Carvalho gets that one forward. Wingate for Fairfield Prep dumps it down. Both sides dumping and chasing to make line changes. Wingate. Tie up in the corner. LaGreca is trying to fight for it. LaGreca pushes it for Kennedy. Came right back out in front. Kennedy had a chance. And Lewis will go ahead and snare that one. We'll get the longer intermission in about 5+. As they'll resurface the ice before we play the third of this one. So for those of us on the broadcast crew, 2 more intermissions on the day to come. Conforti. Huntington trying to move that one forward for Fairfield. Gets sent all the way back. Woodward's going to pick this one up on the backside boards. Comes across for Warner. Warner sends that one for Carpenter. Carpenter tried to send it back across. Was looking for some help from Zarzicki. A little bit of miscommunication. Picked up on the opposite side. McCarthy. Opportunity here for Fairfield as they get that one across for Huntington. Huntington had it. And it hit traffic. And is carried back out. Quinn. Cross for Conforti. Deflected up into the netting and out of play. Whistle, and out of the face-off circle gets kicked the 13 of Desmond. Galato takes the face-off instead. Draw play for LaSalle. They tried to shoot right away. Hannon from distance, and Lewis will go ahead and hold on to that one for a save. Face-off one back for Doucette. Hard shot that came for the 19 of Galato. Went up over top of everything. Bounces back for Fairfield Prep. Carried out by Ashragi. Ashragi was looking for a lead pass there for Mishner. Over top of Mishner as Mishner tried to get it again in the corner. He's bumped around by Cameron Ross. Scoots all the way back to the blue line. Lucas Carfey. Carfey got over, ran as he tries to come back and carry up for that one defensively. Instead, it goes down and it's pinned in the corner. Hannon and Carfey fight for it. Scoots out. Began to be moved around by Desmond. Came back instead where it's moved by Galato a little bit. But then it's taken over by Carfey again in the Fairfield defensive zone. Hannon has it taken off of him. Headed the other way, Vigels. Vigels run off of the play. And quickly all the way down as a hard shot from Hannon goes up over top of everything. Line changes ensue for both sides. They're going to negate any icing to this one. May have deflected off of somebody in the process of traffic as it bounced around through the zones. In front is Reed as that one is pushed along. Connor Reed dispossessing Carvalho. Carvalho pinned to the corner now by Reed. Fairfield's trying to work it out of the zone. They do not as it's sent by Giordano down. And that one may have gotten a piece of the blocker pad of Lewis. Kept at the blue line there by Whittick. And will be dumped down by Donnelly. Final 2 to go here in the second period. Hard shot from the 10 of Declan Kelly up over top of everything. Into the corner, scoots around. Blake Baxey trying to work it for Fairfield. Baxey comes away with this one, sent it for Kennedy. Hard shot, and Lewis makes the save. 150 separating us from the end of the second period of play. Looped around. From McNeil's on score! He's been sitting on the doorstep, and Owen McNicholas this time is going to get it to go past Rossi. And there were honors even with 1:34 left to go here in the second. Quick face-off as they get back to this one. Blake Baxey trying to work forward. Baxey for McNicholas, who just scored, as they're still going with this line on the ice. Woodward and Rossi has to snare that one. Well, we have certainly had our share of exciting games here in day one of this tournament. And this one looks like it's going to live up to that. And still 1 to go. Carpenter misfired. This one dies in a pile of snow in front of the LaSalle bench. They're going to be very happy to see the Zamboni come out and resurface this ice. There is not a lot of friction left available. The puck is just dying as it moves or attempts to move. The only time that we really ever see a puck move this slowly on ice is ODR games. For us here at Fans Only Sports Network, we'll get one in about a couple of weeks' time. LaSalle Academy, Rhode Island, will head to New Jersey to Red Bank and take on Christian Brothers Academy in the High School Outdoor Winter Classic from Navasint Country Club. This one's going to scoot all the way down. Held for a second. Backhanded attempt. Scooted just wide from Desmond. Looped back around. Desmond on the opposite side and kicked away by Lewis. And the horn will sound and end the second period of play. A tripping penalty called at the buzzer. And I think it was on Fairfield Prep. It is the 17 of Gregory Helinski, called 2 minutes for tripping. So it's going to put LaSalle on the power play to start the third period of play. We're going to take the break to resurface the ice. We're going to take the commercial break as well. 1-1 honors even after 2. You're watching the Mount St. Charles Holiday Classic on Fans Only Sports Network.
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
'Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score! The handball shot off the post, score! Gonna try a kick, goes in! Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
Gonna try a kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher, shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
The ball's loose. He'll cough it back up, and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
Fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
Off the post, score!
First try kick. Goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Rodriguez rolls out to his right, throws it back in the end zone, intercepted in the back of the end zone.
And fires, deflected, no, rebound, score!
The handball shot off the post, score!
First try kick, goes in!
Taken away on a stretcher. Shot, score! Cornell down the field, end zone! That is a touchdown!
In and oh, the ball's loose. He'll cough it back up and he'll get across for the touchdown.
Honors even 1-1 after 2. There is a penalty assessed at the end of the second period of play. And I believe it was on the 17 of Gregory Helensky. It is. As he was called 2 minutes for tripping. So LaSalle's going to start the third period on the power play. And we're underway. Today's third period brought to you by Joseph Lammy, attorney at law, 696 Reservoir Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Visit josephlammy.com for more information, and by RR Elite Recruits with access to 3,000 schools and 80,000 coaches across 38 NCAA sports. For athletes looking to play at the next level, be seen by being a part of RREliteRecruits.com today. Back of the blue line for the 23 of Ryan Warner. Warner, as he sends that one along the sideboards, came back to him, and it's fished across for the 6 of Doucette. To the 9 of Chase Hannon. And then down on the end boards, getting dumped down, was Biggles, as this one's going to pop over the blue line and come all the way back. Rossi came out to send that one forward for Galato. Galato into the corner, and it gets wrapped all the way around and sent back by Wingate. Giordano for Declan Kelly. Now onto the stick of the 24 of Julian Tarsi. For the 4 of Timothy Whittick. Giordano fires through traffic. That one may have gotten a piece of the 8 of Connor Reed defensively for Fairfield Prep. 20 seconds remaining in the advantage. Came back off of the sideboard, Giordano, and he can't hold on to that one. And it's going to cycle all the way down. 5 seconds remaining in the advantage as they push that one forward through the neutral zone as it's taken away by Murphy. Penalty is expired. We're back to 5-a-side hockey. As that one will go all the way down, icing will get called. We'll get a stoppage of play. One last game on the day to follow us here will be the 8 o'clock matchup as St. Joe's from New York takes on the host school, the Mount St. Charles Mounties. And that'll set the stage for tomorrow. As we know half of the schedule board already. Game times decided, same as today. So 2, 4, 6, and 8 tomorrow. Austin Prep and DeMatha will play at 2 o'clock. And it'll be Fairfield Co-op and Bishop Garreton at 4. Fairfield Co-op, a 3-2 victory, 2-1 in shootout over Austin Prep. Bishop Garreton 4-1 over DeMatha Catholic. Or my apologies, I checked that. 2 and 6. 4 o'clock will be L2, which will be the loser of this game against the loser of the game to come at 8. And a arm goes up, and a penalty is going to get called. And elbowing on the 18 of Grant LaGreca. We'll put him in the box, and Fairfield's going to get a power play. Draw play on the face-off. Goes past Carfy, cycled around for Vagels. Picked up here by Baxay. Baxay up over top of the blue line, dumps that one all the way down to the corner. Chasing it there is Declan Kelly. Kelly sent that one rifling back through. And that one cleared the Fairfield Prep bench and went into the back corner. Flicked up and carried out here. Short-handed attempt by Carvalho as that one is kicked up into the netting and a stoppage play. 1:38 remaining in the advantage as we play with 11:20 left to go here in the period. Back in the neutral zone, Kelly dumps that one back in, pushing back the 25 of Carfy for Fairfield Prep. Dispossessed and carried through, and a shot attempt that is held by Lewis. Fairfield Prep is on the power play. LaSalle has had more shots. Face off this time won by Fairfield Prep. They get it as far as the blue line and it's kicked back in. Woodward's going to have to try to find a space to work this one. Dispossessed by Hannon. He goes all the way back behind his own net. He'll hold. Minute 5 left to go in the advantage. 10:45 left to go here in regulation. Streaking forward from McCarthy. McCarthy comes across. Rossi makes the save and a stoppage of play. Hard shot from the blue line that came off with the 17 of Walensky. Deflects off of Rossi, went behind the net. Peeled back out by McNicholas. McNicholas has the goal for Fairfield Prep. As this one gets pulled out by Desmond. Ryan Desmond sends it all the way down. Carried further by Chase Hannon as they try to burn time off on this penalty kill. Stretch pass ends up on the stick of Warner instead for LaSalle and sent back. As Woodward works that one through, Ashragi dispossessed of the puck. McNicholas trying to come away with it instead as he was able to dispossess Kelly. Puck continuing to bounce around the zone. Arm goes up, delayed penalty as down on the ice still is the 6 of Artina Ashragi. And as the penalty expired, LaSalle's going to end up getting put back in the box. And Ryan Warner is going to go in the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking. So 9:42 left to go here. And another penalty on LaSalle, another power play opportunity. Bouncing puck right in front as that one was trying to be redirected by Huntington. Fairfield Prep searching for that go-ahead goal. Vagels from the blue line sends that one for Baxey, and it goes up off of the post. Baxey fires, don't score! It's set up and Will Huntington was able to find a slot in the hole and he's able to sneak it in, and it's a power play goal for the Jesuits. It's 2-1. Another opportunity deflects off of Rossi, hits the backside boards. As Fairfield Prep try to push the envelope here. They'd like to find themselves in the W bracket for tomorrow's games and find a way to play later in the day, as that one is going to be pinned by Lewis along the side of the net on the attempt that came from Tarsi. $8:20 left to go here in regulation. Face-off win. Finally carried out of the zone here by Huntington. Huntington for Fairfield Prep. Gets bodied out of the play craftfully there by the 8 of Owen Quinn. And it comes off of the sideboards all the way down. No icing called. Apparently the referees felt there was a deflection somewhere as they let that one slide. McCarthy. Cross for Huntington. Sent off of Rossi off the side of the net as well. Carried back by Galato. This one will come all the way down. Bennett Walker working for Fairfield Prep. Came right back out in front. Shot! And that one went just wide on the attempt from Conforti. LaSalle trying to push the envelope now here as a miscommunication. How's that one skip past Hannon? Bouncing puck for Lewis. He'll shepherd that one. Colin Woodward. Woodward sent it up and all the way down to set for LaSalle. 7 left to go here in regulation. A power play goal has put Fairfield Prep up 2-1. Carpenter, arm goes up, whistle, and a penalty is going to get called for slashing and a little bit of fisticuffs after the play. That's going to put LaSalle on the power play. And it's Helinski back to the box. 2 minutes for slashing. .645 left to go here as the net gets wiggled around and they'll whistle the play dead. Cycle around for Hannon. Hannon fired one, blocked down in traffic. Kept in the zone. Hannon at the point. Cycles this one back down to the corner. Slotted one across. Backhanded attempt as the net is kicked off of its moorings. Came from Carpenter. And now fisticuffs afterwards behind the net. Fairfield Prep trying to get a line change made. Hannon. Doucette. Saved by Lewis. 126 in the advantage. 6 and change left to go here. Doucette for Hannon. Seems to be the combination LaSalle's trying to go for. That one's going to get popped up into the stands. We're going to go back and do the face-off again. Looped all the way around, tried to be cleared out by Woodward, was kept in instead by Hannon. Hannon looking for Carpenter in the center. Comes back for Doucette, deflected up, and it hits the glass instead. Comes off of Zarzicki. For Hannon, shot attempt wide on the backside, and it deflected off of the boards as Wittick had an attempt. Streaking the other way, Murphy for Fairfield Prep tries to set one in the middle. Wittick comes away with it. Headed the opposite direction is Carpenter. Carpenter splitting through traffic. Blocker pad save made by Lewis. 32 seconds remaining and another pad save as Doucette tries to take a chance there. Zarzicki off of the side of the net from Carpenter, and a whistle and a stoppage of play. Net off of its moorings again. 21 seconds remaining in the advantage. 5 left to go here in regulation as Fairfield stands on 2-1 after the power play goal here earlier in this period. Carvalho back for Giordano. Cross they go. And did they get him for offside? They did. That'll bring the puck out to the blue line. And we'll get a face-off. Eight seconds left in the advantage as it pops up off of the boots of Warner. 2-1. Penalties expired. We're back to 5-a-side hockey. 4:45 left to go. Hard shot that came from Desmond up over top. This one will go all the way down. No icing called. They wave it off. Giordano picks it up for LaSalle. Carried out by Carvalho. Carvalho works through the neutral zone for Desmond. Desmond dumps this one down. Picked up instead defensively and cycled all the way down. This will be icing as they'll go ahead and whistle this one. And we get the stoppage of play. One game left for us here in about 40 minutes of time. 8 p.m. face-off as the host team, the Mount St. Charles Mounties, take on St. Joe's from New York. That'll be the final game on day one. This one is kept in the zone by Zarzicki. Peeled off and a possible 3-on-2 opportunity is holding at the blue line is Baxey. Baxey fires one, sliding across is Rossi, and he'll make the save. Face-off win moved around the backside of the boards by Hannon. Hannon tried to get that one all the way out. Intercepted by Woodward. Woodward fired. That one goes up high. Hannon headed the other way. Hannon holds. Fires one for Conforti, and it skipped off the edge of his stick. Drop back pass. Trying to pull one is Baxey. Kicked away by Rossi. Off of the sideboards, that'll come all the way back around. Settled by Chase Hannon. Hannon, long distance pass. Connected with Doucette for a second. Doucette right in front. Lewis is going to make the save. As on the doorstep was the 17 of Dean Carvalho. 3 and change. For all intent and purpose, we'll keep our eyes to the left-hand side of the ice if the play isn't down on that side of the ice, and see if LaSalle tries to pull Rossi. Moving through the center ice area, Carvalho. Carvalho drops this one for Tarsi. Tarsi along the sideboards, bodied out of the play a couple of times. Giordano comes in there to try to help out. It ends up onto the stick of Warner. Warner for Tarsi again in the corner. Carvalho was trying to pull that one, could not. Cycles around the back side. It's kept in the zone by Giordano. Dumped down in the corner once again. Carvalho holds that one. Carvalho bodied out there by Connor Reed for Fairfield. Right on front in the center. Still loose puck. Still loose. And it's bouncing around through. It's finally onto the stick of Winnick. Still a loose puck. Fairfield's going to come away with this one back at the blue line. And then they are going to dump down. They go for a quick line change. Carried up by Ryan Warner quickly into the zone. Warner dispossessed there from Brooks Reynolds. Headed the other way is McCarthy. McCarthy sliding puck in. That one Rossi comes back to get. Minute 53 left to go. We'll get a face-off to Rossi's right. Rossi shepherds it for Hannon. Hannon bodied in the corner there by Huntington. Tries to come back around. Finally, long distance pass into the neutral zone. No offsides called for the referees there, and they continue on. LaSalle trying to flick one up alongside as Carpenter had an attempt there. And it's pinned by Lewis to the post. They're going to go ahead and pull Rossi with the face-off in the zone. Hard shot. Lewis makes the save on the attempt from Doucette. So 6-on-5. Minute 27 as LaSalle looks to try to pull this one level. Empty net to the left. Face-off win by LaSalle. They've got to try to manage it in the zone. They do. Still keep it as Carpenter holds on to this one. Dropped across. Carpenter fires one. That goes high and wide. Kept in at the line by Hannon. If Fairfield gets a hold of this one, they do! And try to dive across to get one. Was a 12 of Murphy. He could not. LaSalle's got to be very careful with their handling of the puck in the defensive zone here. Doucette gets that one out. This one's going to get shot all the way back. Stopped in the neutral zone by Carpenter. Doucette enters the zone. Doucette ran around the backside boards. Puck still continues to move. Back for Hannon up top, and that one's deflected up into the netting and a stoppage of play. Just caught a piece of Lewis's pads. Little bit of confusion for LaSalle. And they're going to call timeout. LaSalle's going to call timeout as they play trailing 2-1, 27 seconds left. You're watching the Mount St. Charles Holiday Face-Off on Fans Only Sports Network.
Game On mouthguards. Game On mouthguards have superior shock absorbency, are impervious to viruses and bacteria, and also is the only mouthpiece ever to earn the American Dental Association's seal of acceptance.
As we welcome you back inside Adelaide Arena, 27 seconds left to go. Here in regulation, Fairfield Prep standing on a 2-1 scoreline over LaSalle, courtesy of a power play goal earlier in the third period. LaSalle called timeout. They've pulled the goaltender, Jacob Rossi. So 6-on-4 for the face-off here in front of Justin Lewis, who has stood very tall for Fairfield Prep Jesuits throughout this whole entire game and is going to be needed to be called back into action. This one's going to deflect up off of the sideboards all the way down. That's going to be an icing call. And it'll come back down from whence we came. But it burned about 6 seconds off the clock. $19 to go. LaSalle wins the faceoff. Worked around by Dasman. Lewis makes the save as it was dumped in on him from Doucette. One more try for LaSalle. Pinned along the sideboards. Whistle stoppage of play as the net is off its mooring. And now they really got to go draw, play, shoot. That one scoots underneath the stick of Chase Hannon. Back of the neutral zone. Horn sounds. Fairfield Prep's going to come away with a 2-1 victory. They'll advance in the winner's bracket. So they've punched their way into that 8 p.m. game tomorrow. And we'll see who they meet. Will it be St. Joe's? Will it be the host school, Mount St. Charles? One game left to be decided in about half an hour of time. We'll be back for that game. Fairfield Prep 2, LaSalle 1 for all of us here at Fans Only Sports Network. Thank you so much. Have a great night.